No pay rise for workers. Let's have a look. Good morning everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because, well, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing these bloody articles whinging about wage increases and pay stagnated. We're just seeing them over and over again. And I know it's a problem. Okay, the RBA sucks at forecasting wage growth and wage growth has been pretty bad. But here's the thing. Whose responsibility is it to grow your wages? Do people honestly just expect to sit in one job and wages should just go up every year without increasing productivity, without developing new skills, without taking on new responsibilities? Is that normal? Is that what people think? I've put a vote on the community tab here on the channel. Should workers just expect a pay rise? And I'll refresh this. 18% said yes every year regardless of productivity, and I literally just did this 5 minutes ago, so only 17 of you have voted. We'll check back at the end of the video. 6% said yes, all profit should be paid to workers. Now, I don't know if that's trolling, but shit, I think some people probably believe it. Maybe that's the people who watch Friendly Geordie are all coming here voting there. Yes, but only if it's justified at 35%. I'd agree with that. You have to be able to justify your pay increase. No, you need to prove your worth. They're kind of the same, just framed in a different way. You do need to prove your worth. We've had staff where we've given them a pay rise because they've proven their worth. You've had others where you pretty much fire them. And no, change jobs at 18%. And that, I think, is, well, it's the real key here. A lot of you need to move around and you need to have skills that are in demand. It may be different in a professional world than in a trade, or well, no, even in a trade you can get higher paid. It's if you have no skills, really. That's the problem. And I wonder how many civil servants would fall into that category. So let's have a look at this. Miserable news on Aussie Wages from industry chief. Why do we even have an industry chief? I mean, we're not a free market. We're so... A lot of these terms are very socialist, aren't they? So, a push to lift wages by some of Australia's lowest paid workers has been swiftly rejected by business. Well, yeah, you're going to have the iron law of wages. It's going to drive up costs more and more. That's what's going to happen. Then businesses will find ways to, well, reduce the need for wages. They'll use other technology or they'll offshore or outsource. This is one of the considerations with being able to work from home. It means there is potential for people in other countries to also do the job, but, you know, that doesn't always work out as well as many people hope. The Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry Chief, Andrew McKellar, on Wednesday argued that raising migrant workers' wages would kill much of the immigration program overnight. Both the unions and employers agreed the government should lift its migration intake to 200,000 in response to the current skills crisis. But the ACTU's support is conditional on the salary of temporary skilled migrants being lifted to around $90,000 and being indexed annually by the wage price. What? That's just, well, there you go. 90 grand. So you can only bring someone over who's worth $90,000 here in Australia under the skilled migration program. And for a lot of professionals, that makes sense. But what if you want someone to pick fruit, guys, or do another job, or do cleaning, or do things like that? If you can't find anyone to do it, you've got to pay them 90 grand. You know what'll happen? There'll be someone working, earning a certain pay, and then a migrant worker will be getting paid more just to tick these boxes. It happened to me. I was a student, and they sponsored another girl in the practice, and she was earning much more than me, or probably about 5-10 grand more, because they had to sponsor her. We're at the same level, but that's what you had to do to tick the boxes. Wasn't quite happy about that, considering the responsibility I was taking on, but I mean, that's what happens, guys. How did I deal with it? I shifted jobs. So, speaking to reporters in Canberra, Mr. McKellar said wages should be left to the marketplace. Oh, that's crazy. We can't have that in socialist Australia. Shit, leaving anything to the marketplace. Someone left a good comment yesterday on one of the videos, Australians love nothing more than banning stuff and red tape. And bloody hell, it really is like that, isn't it? It really is. We're seeing quite significant measures to attract people into jobs, he said. The idea here that we need some sort of artificial mechanism or checkpoint before we start responding to the crisis that we have is not the right notion. Yeah. The ACTU wants to increase that from the current level of 53,000 a year to 90,000 a year. This would kill many areas of the immigration program overnight. Instead, he suggested a threshold increase to 59,000 would be more realistic. So this is when people are arguing that you're having people coming over, low-skilled migrants coming over and taking jobs in Australia. It's not true. It's not like in America. Okay, we've got pretty tight controls over it. A lot of European countries are even America, they're very jealous about our border controls that we have here. On Wednesday, the ACTU released its second discussion paper ahead of the government's Jobs and Skills Summit in September. An opt-out union membership system for foreign workers and abolishing opt-out. Wait, so you're automatically in it, then you've got to get out. Oh, what bullshit that is. They want to bring back, they would love to bring back closed shops. Forced association with the union. And abolishing visa conditions which tie workers to a single employer among the raft of proposals from the peak union body. They want to control them. They want to control them. They don't want them to be loyal to their employer. You've got to be loyal to the union. We'll take care of you, not that employer. Come, comrade, vote for this Labor candidate we've selected. All of you have to go there and join this branch and vote this one particular way. Very good. Very good. And don't get me wrong, guys. The Liberals do the same thing. The ACTU president, Michelle O'Neill, told NCA Newswire on Wednesday she wanted to see more done to stamp out migrant worker exploitation. What this report says is we should have sponsorship of migrant workers by industry, not by individual employers. There you go. Because an employer controlling your paycheck as well as your passport is a recipe for exploitation, she said. Oh, come on. That means if you're dependent on that. You can still change. You just have a certain time period to find another job. This is it. The union they want control of you. That's what it is. They are, they're no different to a bigger employer. Who would you trust, the union or your business that you're working for? I guess it depends on your skill level and capability if you can shift around. So, again, bad news about... how's this miserable news for Aussie Wages? I mean, the union's trying to push the threshold up to 90 grand, which means you'd have... it's an artificial bar in the marketplace. You'd have more people clamoring to get over here every way they can, but you'll have businesses that can't afford it. And maybe they'll just offshore them. So rather than here's the thing. Rather than having a job offshore over in Vietnam or somewhere there, if you have someone living over here and you're paying them here, then they're contributing to the economy in other ways. They're taking their kids out to the park. They're buying products and goods and foods and services here. Whereas if you're sending the money overseas, you're helping the Philippines or another country develop as opposed to here. What would you rather? What do you think would be better for our nation? So, and this is just an artificial cap, everyone. It's an artificial cap. I think it should be done on skills. And I don't agree with per industry. I think individual business, it's the way it goes. You just have to deal with it. If you don't like the situation, change. So let's jump back over to here and let's see how many of you have voted now. And we'll do a refresh. There you go. We're up to 49 votes. So 14% said yes every year regardless of productivity. 8% said yes, all profits should be paid to workers. 39% said yes, but only if it's justified. And 31% said no, you need to prove your worth. And 8% said no, change jobs. So that's dropped down a little bit. Still yes, but only if it's justified. Let's see some of the comments here. We've only got, we'll see new. Chris and Gabrielle. I think a pay rise relative to the CPI should be given yearly regardless. Okay. Yeah. I think you should be able to justify an argument based on that. Prices are going up. My wage, the purchasing power of my wage has gone down. Maybe get paid in bullion or silver coins or Bitcoin if you want. Gabrielle, I can't believe you have to post this. To take something you haven't earned, stealing comes to mind. Wait, the ATO does this all the time, but that's not stealing. That's for your benefit and will help you. If your salary doesn't go up, it means it goes down after inflation. Yeah, Smoochie, he gets it. He's just making a point about the ATO. So let's have a talk about this. I mean, there you go, guys. What do you reckon? Do you think this is a good move by the unions to protect Australian workers and jobs, or just to ensure they've got a body of more people coming over here, a pathway to citizenship that the union have significant control and influence over? My hope was that increasing the migration intake of skilled workers, we'd be able to counter the rising leftist and shared burden mentality that seems to be homegrown here in Australia. Perhaps this would counter that. Oh well, we'll have to see. 90 grand cap, yeah, I mean that means you'll be getting professional people over here. That's not unheard of for a lot of jobs. But you won't be able to get those people in at 50 grand, at 55 grand to do it. Still skilled jobs, but you have trouble getting Australians wanting to do them. Hey, maybe this is all about increasing wages, but the danger is, you're going to have more automation. So I'd rather just the government stays out of it, to be honest, and let the market decide a solution. But I think that's a minority opinion. Let me know your thoughts on this one, guys. Thank you for watching. I want to draw your attention to my other channels, Heise BIM and HeiseSays International. Heise BIM, I discuss different tools and software, and Heise International, I discuss international news. Thanks for watching the channel. Like, share, and support us. If you want to, financially, you can do it via YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Wages are going up. We'll see how it goes. You just got to change jobs, honestly. Skill up and change jobs.